Hi guys, Retro Trek Ralph here. I've got another Blu-ray and DVD review. It's going to be a two-parter, this one. This is my Star Trek collection of the movies. I've got another one that'll be released afterwards, but this is the collection of the movies that I've got, the box sets that I wanted to buy, but I'm going to open them up for you so you can see what's inside if you ever go out and buy them. I mean, by the time this has actually gone out too much, they'll be available in the shops anyway, I'm sure. If not, then they'll repackage them and stuff like that. There'll be more actual content than that's actually released now than what there was back then. So, without any further ado, put them to one side a second, and let's get on with the first one. Now, I slimmed down my collection of Star Trek DVDs, and for the simple reason that I wanted definitive, I wanted as good a quality copies as I can get to actually play on the equipment I've got. I don't have a 4K TV, I don't have a 4K Blu-ray DVD player, I have just a Blu-ray player, and these are as good as what I want. However, one problem with the box sets is they do not have the director's edition of the original film, and I like the director's edition because it does show you a lot. The different special effects, some are really dodgy. The 1979 original film, the effects were good at the time, but they haven't stood up over time and all sorts. But it was a really good film. I thought it was a really good film, the original, but then the effects in it changed things a hell of a lot. You saw a lot of different perspectives on the films, which is really good. Now, this one is actually a Region 1, so it is actually released in this, well, it was released in this country. I can't really find it lately. It just seemed to have vanished off the face of the earth. Whether or not it was just a bad version that didn't actually want to do anything with it, but I like it anyway. So the disc one has got your widescreen enhanced version, commentary, subtitles, usual stuff you get on a DVD. So put this out as DVD. It was never released on Blu-ray, this, so we just don't have a better copy of this. It's not bad. Disc 2 has got retrospectives, teaser trailers, theatrical trailers, director's edition trailer, TV commercial, all sorts of gubbins, even additional scenes from the 1983 TV version. There's been so many releases of this, it's been absolutely ridiculous. I mean, there's certain shots on the film where it's dual perspective. I wanted to learn this out the other day, that the lens is actually one piece of lens and then half of it is one focus and the other half is a different focus, so you can get two things, the background and the foreground, into focus at the same time. But you have this weird bar down the middle which kind of looks odd, but it's very prevalent in the bridge scenes on the Enterprise. So inside this one is 2, nothing over the top special about them. Look quite funky in gold. They change the titles as well as it scrolls up to be in the director's edition, well, Star Trek Motion Picture. Inside, only the booklet. Tells you exactly what I've done, the full layout of all the chapters. I mean, there's even a full, what the scenes are. Sulu and Ilea, Kirk's quarters, a huge vessel. We've probably seen these already, it's just different perspective, a little bit extras maybe. Additional scenes from the theatrical. We've probably seen these already. I mean, I think they're actually missing is it the memory tunnel? I'm not sure. There was a lot of scenes. Actually, they are actually in either these or the Blu-rays, where there are lots of scenes that Kirk went into the Vija, and there were scenes there where it was inside some sort of tunnel and all the padding on the walls. That is available to view, but there's no part of the film on there anyway. It just didn't mix into it. It just didn't look right. So that's where they put Spock in, and then he spits him out and then catches. Hooray, hero! Right. Let's get to the next one. Now, I decided to get separate. I didn't want the full box set. I just wanted separate because these are the Kirk eras, these are the Picard eras. Let's ignore the J.J. Abrams ones for the moment, but I got these because, one, they're part of the same set, black and white, Blu-rays, got a lovely hologram on the front of the Enterprise E, even though the Enterprise D was in the first film, and we got a lovely hologram there of what I can assume is the Enterprise A. but I'm not entirely sure. But these, right, we'll start off on this one. First 6 films. Some lovely artwork on the back. It's scene that you did not see. That's the part off with Wrath of Khan, Star Trek 3, Star Trek 6, Just a Planet. I'm probably sure that's a Genesis planet, but faded over in blue. Includes 6 theatrical films plus a 7th bonus disc. Always good to see a bonus disc. Right, this actually came with... Right, let's have a look. It's stuck on the bottom with hot glue, so that back bit comes off, but I'll leave that on there. It slides out of its plastic, which is quite funky. There's another picture behind there anyway. There's the rear picture twice. So it's really nice extra stuff to do there. And then it looks like a standard box, but there's a hologram, lovely hologram on the front. Gives you a few different angles of the Enterprise there. Inside, obviously, Star Trek 1 with DeForest Kelley on the front. Important notice. I mean, these are at least Blu-rays, which is good. Front and back there. Ilia, Leonard Nimoy, Spock. Second one, Wrath of Khan with Sulu. Sulu went to the Reliant to be first officer and didn't really go out too well for the Reliant at the end. It was good to see the actual characters. Ricardo Montalban actually reprising his role as Khan. Star Trek 3, Leonard Nimoy there. Obviously it's to do with Spock. Barely appeared in the in the film, but it was all to do with him. That's fine. The Enterprise attacking the Klingon bird of prey, which is the first time we saw the Klingon bird of prey on screen. I don't think there's anything else in here. Yeah, there's nothing in these. They're nice, very slim cases. They're just a bit thicker than the DVD, well, the Blu-ray themselves. Just stop saying DVDs. Fourth one with Sulu on the front, Voyage Home. I don't think Sulu was in too much in this film, was he? It was kind of a little bit flying the Huey, a little bit of a comic relief, I think. Not as much as Chekhov, but then he fell off and become serious. Fell off the boat, being serious there. We barely saw the Enterprise A, which was the first time the expansion of the numbers, the registry numbers, was actually used. And why have we got the Klingon Chancellor there? He was right at the... Actually, it wasn't the end. It was kind of stuck on Earth when the whale probe was there, which is not on here. Okay. I'm from Iowa. I only work in outer space. Uhura, Nichelle Nichols, Final Frontier. This was the first... Out of all of the films, this is my worst one. However, it's still a really good, fun film to watch. There's a lot of things in here which are just being deleted by, say, Next Generation, by other things. The example is, these go to the centre of the galaxy. The centre of the galaxy is like 20 or 30,000 light years away, but bing, they zoom across. Next Generation had an episode where Barclay was taken over by a space probe, which then made him super intelligent, and then Enterprise warped, well, bent space to the centre of the galaxy. Different alien, but kind of, I don't know. It's the same place, different alien. So I'm not quite sure where they were going with that. Star Trek 6, Scotty. There's the Excelsior. I love the Excelsior. Loved it in Star Trek 3, and it came into its own in Star Trek 6. Become the size ship it is. I love these uniforms, by the way. If anybody's got one of these uniforms they want to give away, I absolutely love them. I used to collect the ranking insignias there. Absolutely love them. Such a good military uniform. They're kind of nowadays version of what we think a military uniform should be. The original series obviously had a t-shirt, well, a jumper, shorts, boots. These made it more formal. It was such a good uniform. It was obviously in Star Trek 2, I think they brought it in originally. And the 7th one, the Captain's Summit, which we have there. Riker, Picard, Frax and Patrick Stewart, Shell. Oh no, it's Whoopi Goldberg there. Yeah, Kirk and Spock. So full bit there with the Captain's Summit. something for a spare, for extras on there. Each one of these will have extras on anyway. Previous, or 2 hours of previous unreleased content on Star Trek 6. Absolutely brilliant. Having loads of extra stuff on. Now, next one. Star Trek 7 to 10. Same again. You got a Klingon bird of prey attack. Oh, hold on a minute. That's not right. That's from Star Trek 7. That's from Star Trek 8. Because the Klingon bird of prey was Lysran Bator attacking the Enterprise D. And that's not the Enterprise D. So, again, same thing. Plastic inside. Oh, that's folded in, that one. I think I folded it in for a reason because it was in the way. That goes over the bottom. Same again. Lovely hologram. Granted, the Enterprise E was in 3 of the 4 films, which is nice. I suppose all the box sets for the next generation will have stuff like that with the Enterprise D, which there she is, the Galaxy class. So the first one, Generations, with Picard in the front. Still the same packing, still the same layout design as the other ones. The first 6, Kirk, Data and Picard there. Lots of extra 3 hours worth of unreleased content for Star Trek Generations. The clown can stay, but the Borg in the gorilla suit has to go. I never actually noticed those before. First contact with Riker on the front, Jonathan Frakes. And the beginning and the end. I'm not reading all those. You can read them yourself when you buy the things. So the first debut of the Enterprise E. Borg Queen, Data becoming human, but deciding not to in the end. That's a spoiler there for you. Yeah. So much stuff on these. Now, Insurrection is one of those films, you either love it or you don't. A Worf on the front there. And they are this dark, by the way. You can tell it's Worf with a Lieutenant Commander Pip there, but they are really this dark. But I think that's the look that they wanted to go for. Surprising it's 3 hours of unreleased content on these, because it was an okay film. I didn't think the antagonist was particularly good, and I don't know, we've already got ways of becoming younger in the Star Trek universe anyway, mainly the transporters, where you just beam yourself out and back in as a copy of your younger self, not with the metaphasic rings, but that's fine. I'm sure it was a good storyline. Right, Star Trek 10 Nemesis has Data on the front. Missing, obviously only 4 films, missing loads of different characters that they could have put up on the front anyway, but it wasn't, I don't think it was too bad. Tom Hardy, being a younger Picard, doesn't look anything like him. They're both British actors. Patrick Stewart's obviously from Huddersfield, Tom Hardy I think from London, or somewhere down that area at least anyway, but Picard's supposed to be French, he wasn't. I don't know. He's holding the accents really, isn't it? Lots of extras. Yeah, it wasn't a bad film. It was kind of, it could have expanded more, and I'm bloody happy that they finally got a film with the Romulans in it. Everything was always to do with the Klingons, or to do with something else. A Klingon again, nothing. Oh, we've got a Khan. We've got finally, the Romulans were the big spy alien of the entire original series, and then they were just, well, it seemed like they were just friends in the Star Trek 6. They were supposed to be friends because he got the Romulan ambassador, but obviously he double-crossed them and wanted the Klingons to go die. But I don't know. It's good, but it's not. Right, Star Trek Evolutions is a bonus one for this set. Lovely picture on the back there. Original Enterprise, refit, B, oh, then NX as well. D, E, so we're missing the C off there, but it was never in the films anyway, but neither was the NX class. Lots of stuff on, all new special features, Evolution of the Enterprise, villains of Star Trek. I love the Star Trek movies, okay. Klingon Encounters, Borg Invasion, 4D, yeah, lots of good stuff in there. Even advertisements for the next one. How are we going to be doing this set? See, I think I bought my parents that one for Christmas, which is a nice box set. It has all the 10 films. Next Gen is this one here, which are advertising. That's what we've just seen beforehand. Important notice, those to come in a separate video. But yeah, it's nice to see lots and lots of extras. So, There we have the next gen box set. Right, let's pile on to the 3-disc edition of special edition of Star Trek. Now, you can get away with calling it Star Trek because there was never a Star Trek film. It was Star Trek the motion picture. And I don't mind it. I suppose with the new Will Smith film, Gemini Man, you can use the same actor and make him look a lot younger. Because there's a lot of stuff that's coming out with video editing and layers and all sorts of amazing effects that I haven't got a clue how to do with it. He could have possibly have had an actor that looks quite a lot like William Shatner, but then dubbed over his face. But it was fine. They had Chris Pine being Kirk. It was kind of a bit of a... it was more of an action film than the actual Star Trek idea. But yeah, you can actually reverse this as well. You got Spock on the background there, or you got Kirk in the background. I always put this over the back. It's just a sheet, nothing special. So the Blu-ray, the 3-disc Blu-ray, that was on the front of the package, and I thought I'd keep that anyway. It's a holographic experience. Yeah, so we have the film, special features, and we have a digital copy. Why have I a digital copy? Okay, so that's basically, you can play it on Xbox, or I'm sure there's a file on there. There'll be an MP4 file or something like that on there. So it might be that looks like a DVD, to be honest. Because they're usually gold if the Blu-rays. Oh, I can tell there. Hello. I can tell that it's a lot more darker. There are a lot more tracks on a Blu-ray. You can just tell by looking that is definitely a DVD, possibly even a CD. But it's a nice add-on, extra film, so you haven't got to think I need to rip the actual file off the Blu-ray. So just give you that digital copy, a physical digital copy, not just a normal physical digital copy that you download, which unfortunately a lot of the companies doing that sort of digital downloading, the original, it was the Ultraviolet, they're gone. So it's not nice at all. I like having them to start with, just something in the background, but they are being ported across. I'm sure eventually they'll delete them and they'll absolutely annoy the crap out of me when I can't play them anymore. So Star Trek Into Darkness, this was the rip-off, well, sorry, I apologise. This was the copy. Oh no, apologise again. This was Khan. This was should have been Space Seed, because it's the era where Space Seed was. Captain, Admiral, whatever you call him, went off. Admiral Marcus, thank you. Went off, found things to help them with an oncoming battle, which we've not really seen. But he found Khan with the SS Bounty. It's a digital copy there. Cover that over. So we've got 2 discs on this one. Special features, feature film, special features. I didn't realise I got that. Blu-ray 3D film, right? So it's nice having a 3D film, but I don't have a 3D TV. So it's just a shame, really. Oh, it works on iTunes. It don't matter. I haven't got an iTunes account anyway, so that's no use whatsoever. I don't have a 3D TV. I have 3D Blu-ray player, but I don't have a 3D TV. Nice artwork in the background there of all the crew. Well, of 5 of the crew, and Khan at the bottom. I didn't mind this film, but it was kind of... I wish they would just have done a separate story, or maybe kept the timeline right, because where I see it, Kirk in this era didn't go through his... Because he was on the Farragut as a lieutenant for so many years. Then 2266 was captain of Enterprise, which this is set before, as far as I can see. Or if it isn't, then where was he before this? Why wasn't he in Starfleet? What massive event, apart from his father dying, would inspire him to, I'm not bothered? I think if your father died and you were a military family, you'd inspire to keep the legacy alive. But obviously not. He just became a drunk. Star Trek Beyond. Again, got the Blu-ray and the 3D. because I'm an idiot, I haven't got a... Let's have a look. Have I got a... No, there's no, there is a code on that one. iTunes again, but I can't watch it because I ain't got an iTunes account. Is the Blu-ray... I don't own a 3D TV, like I say. But in the future, if I ever do, and it becomes an easier technology, I've got these already waiting for it. So, special features, feature films... Beyond Darkness, Story Origins. Yeah, we know. Well, we actually don't. It's Star Trek, which was the should have been. Actually, it wasn't. It ended with the Enterprise A being built, and then that's it. But this is a refitted version of the Enterprise because there's a lot of differences between that Enterprise and that Enterprise. But you need a different video for that. I might do a comparison video one day. But live long and prosper. 50 years of Star Trek. 50 years since a TV show came out. But yeah, it's definitely endured. The story has endured. It's changed. It's evolved over time. I mean, with Gene Roddenberry dying quite a few years ago now, it has to have changed. It had to evolve, or it just would never have continued on screen. Beyond wasn't too bad a film, but it kind of made it look like we're way more advanced technology than we actually are, with having the Yorktown station. And it's a good enough film, but they kind of seemed to me like they went into the role of, we need to make millions. The Avengers films make millions because it's something completely separate. We drop straight into the Marvel universe. We've been after Marvel stuff forever. Star Trek stuff should have just stuck to as they were, but yeah, they were alright, they were good, but that's why the Chris Pine Star Trek ones have stopped, and we're not seeing them anymore. Now the final one for the films is this little gubbins. Now this is the Compendium, and I love the box art on this. It's all gold, black, silver black, but you can see all the details on the Enterprise, the shine of it, the cells. This is the original version of the Enterprise. Actually, I'm not sure if they're want to be further out. Look quite narrow, those nacelles, very narrow. Back showing you that it's the first two films. It's Into Darkness and Star Trek. Lots of special features on here that aren't on the other ones, on the other versions. And I wanted this because it's nice, it's pretty. And one of the discs trying to escape. Yes. That's fine. We have the disc art on there. You have Nero and you have Kirk for the Star Trek ones, and then you have Khan and Spock from the first film there, I think. I think Into Darkness was a bad film, I think. It was, I think we all expected, we knew it was coming, we knew Star Trek 2, please don't do it, please don't do Khan, and then they brought Khan into it, then they killed Kirk off the same way as they killed Spock off in Star Trek 2. It was too much of a, it's the same, but it's a mirror. But it's the same, but it all came back thanks to Khan's blood and tribbles. Hooray for tribbles. But yeah, do like this one. It's some, oh, what a scratch on there, damn it. But it does look really good on the side. There's a lot of different DVD, Blu-ray artworks for the boxes, and some of the boxes look absolutely fantastic, but they don't continue with it. I think there's a Star Wars video I'm releasing soon. It's got the same sort of idea that you hope that all the lot would be on your bookshelf, looking exactly the same, and they change the designs. I mean, they don't look, well, that looks completely different because it's in the sleeve. Let's take that out. See what I mean? You've got different, you've got Paramount in the bottom there, you've got Blu-ray up there, it doesn't fully match. 2 and 3 do, almost, apart from the blue. But they just change the design, so it makes it look like, yeah, I've got to go and buy them all again, and it's such a rip-off. I hate it. So, put that back in its sleeve. I need to put all these back in the boxes anyway. So I'm having a lot of these. I think the favourite one has got to be the artwork on this one, but it only just show you the first two. And of course the holograms on these. Lovely holograms. The Borg cube in the background there. Ooh, lovely. So, anyway, hope you enjoyed looking at the movies Blu-ray DVD collection that I've got. If you want any, go on Amazon, go on eBay, go find them yourself, play them. I need to get all these films out and have a damn good watch at them anyway again. I think I'm due a damn good watch from beginning of Star Trek all the way to the very end. So I'll spend a good few months doing that, I think. So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed that. Please like, subscribe, please comment below. I'll see you in the next video. Actually, I hope you did enjoy that. But yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.